What's going on, guys? It's Sean here with SNES Serpentarium. I'm in my reptile room right now, and today we're going to talk about 5 best beginner snakes. This list is going to be in no particular order because it's all down to personal preference, but we'll just get right into it. Kicking off the list then, guys, it's going to be rosy boas. This probably won't be a surprise to most of my subscribers here, because I do love these guys and they're very easy to keep. They like it a little bit cooler than most snakes. They don't get very big. As you can see, this is an adult male. Okay, lots of different colour patterns available depending on which locality you choose. Completely manageable size, very docile, especially as adults. They don't require high humidity at all, so you don't need to worry about that. I keep them personally without any water in their tank unless they're off food, and that's just because it raises up the humidity, and if they drink too much before or after feeding, they can regurgitate. But other than that, they're completely easy for anyone to keep, and I think they're fantastic. Really good snakes. Right then, guys, next on this list we've got these guys, African house snakes. This right here is a black African house snake. You can also get Cape African house snakes, which are quite commonly available. They're very inexpensive, extremely easy to keep. They're basically the same case as corn snakes. If you like these snakes, make sure you check out my African house snake ultimate K guide. First episode will be in the card above. Yeah, they're fantastic snakes. They don't get very big at all. Completely docile, easy to feed. And extremely easy to care for. Don't need a massive tank for these because they're not big snakes, but I think they're absolutely gorgeous in colour. I'll just show you a Cape house snake now, and then you'll get the idea of what they look like, but I'll just give you a little bit of a close-up. This is a black African house snake. It's not a morph, it's actually a locality, but I'll just show you a Cape house snake. Right, so this is my male Cape house snake. He's an adult, so this is as big as a boy will ever get. The males get a little bit bigger than this if you're looking for a little bit of a chunkier snake. They max out between 80 and 120 centimeters depending on the sex and how big the adult specimen is. Sometimes they get a little bit larger than that, but they're not big snakes at all. This boy weighs in at about 150 grams. So yeah, he's not very big at all. As I've said, just check out the K guides that are online. I'll put a link in the description for the K guide and my link above for the African house snake ultimate K guide series that I'm doing. But we'll just get into the next snake. Right, so the next species on this list, or group, is going to be in this case, is the kings and rats. Now this is actually my Chinese beauty snake, which is Orthriophis tenuris, I believe. They get smaller than the Taiwan beauty snakes. This boy here is about a year old. Absolutely gorgeous snake, as you can see, but they're quite active. But this boy hasn't been worked with at all, to my knowledge. So just bear that in mind. This group contains corn snakes, all sorts of king snakes, milk snakes. More snakes in this group that you will find available are suitable for beginners out there. And to be honest, I think they make great pets. This boy here, you can see him rattling his tail. It's just because he's a little bit nervous. I'm not going to keep him out for very long because he does get a little bit upset. He's not a big tagger. He just likes to try to get away. So maybe, you know, this example here isn't the best example because they're normally a little bit more docile than this. Yeah, so if I were to recommend any snake in this group, you could go for corn snakes, any North American rat snake, any North American king snake. Japanese rat snake would be good. There's plenty to choose from, plenty of colours. Morphs available for some of the kings and rats as well. There's plenty of morphs, but I think their natural beauty is striking enough for the most part. Right, so next on this list, spotted pythons. well, the group is going to be Spotteds, Children's, and Stinson's pythons. Now these guys are also small, okay? They max out at about 3 to 5 feet, but they're not as chunky built as your Royal Pythons. They're easier to care for. They don't require as much humidity, and just give them a humid hive, keep them on some loose shifting substrate, some stuff to climb on, and they'll be happy as Larry. They've got this absolutely gorgeous blotched patination on them. They're fantastic eaters. This girl is due for a big bathroom break right now, so I'm not going to keep her out for too long. Yeah, they're great snakes, to be honest. What I like about these over the Royals is they don't go off food at all, which is fantastic. They're a little bit different. They're smaller for one thing, so you don't need to worry too much about viv size. I would still offer them something good to give them in though. You can get morphs in some of these as well. That's worth noting. You can get albinos, granites. I'm not sure what else other morphs exist, but I personally really like the normal phase. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Completely manageable size for anyone, to be honest with you. They're really easy to handle. They've got all of the personality of big pythons in this little python package, which I think makes them absolutely incredible. Everyone I've ever known that have kept these snakes in the past, they've all loved them, and they're one of their favorites, and I'm no exception. These guys are truly amazing. So next species on this list then, guys, we've actually got the Royal or Ball Python. This is an adult female. She's extremely deep in shed. She's actually a normal phase, but she's het albino and het pied, but that won't affect the patination or colour at all. This is as big as an adult will typically get if it's a pet. You sometimes see breeders have them a bit bigger than this, but this girl has actually bred in the past, and she probably will again with me. This was a toss-up between the Royal Pythons and the warmer Pythons, but the reason I picked the warmer Python, the Royal Python over the warmer Python, is just because they're much more available and they're at a much cheaper price point. The warmer does have some advantages over this though, if you're willing to pay that extra penny. I'll just put a little card at the top if you want to check the warmers out after this video or whatever, then feel free to do so. But these guys then, Royals, they are known to fast, so just bear that in mind. But as long as your husbandry and everything is on point, then don't worry about it too much. If it loses more than 10% of its body weight, then you need to go to the vet. But I've never had that happen. Typically where mine fast, they don't lose any weight at all, really, any noticeable weight. But they can fast for a long period of time, so that's just worth knowing. They get an absolutely lovely and chunky size. They tend to be very, very docile animals. And that's why these are actually probably my favourite snakes to handle. I believe that there are too many of them in the hobby, but it is for good reason, really. They're such fantastic snakes to hold. I mean, you know, they've got this sort of short and stout build, and I think they're great. They're not as active as the warmers or the spotteds that I just shown, but they've got a lot of colour patterns available and morphs, and I think that's why these guys are so popular. Right, so the last snake on this list is the boa constrictor. Now this right here is actually my Dumerel's boa. I have kept the common boa in the past, and they're all fantastic species of snakes. Now the boa constrictors do get a little bit bigger, so you do need to be prepared for that with viv size, but they're fantastic to hold. They never go off food. There's plenty of different colour mutations available. This is a locality of boa, not a morph, so just bear that in mind. If you're interested in the Dumerel's boa, make sure you see the care guide in the old card above. These are absolutely gorgeous species of snakes. They do get a little bit bigger, but they're not so big that one person can't comfortably handle them. And I think they're very interesting. They move around a lot. They hold you rather than you holding them, which I think is a little bit different. And well, I mean, they're just gorgeous. They're so chunky, and I can't even explain it. Until you've kept a boa, it's hard to describe what it's like to keep a boa. They're really, really good snakes, to be honest with you. I mean, look at this guy here. He's just doing his own thing. He's more than happy to be out and about, climbing on me, even though he's a ground boa. So just at the end here, guys, I'll just quickly show the warm-up python, because it was an honourable mention, but you've got to bear in mind that they are more expensive than all the other snakes on this list by quite a margin. But yeah, I'll just put this little boa away, and and we'll get on with it. Right, so this is the bonus snake on the list, the warm-up python. As I said, I'll just put the card above so you can check this girl out. She's actually in shed right now, which is a shame because you can't see her gorgeous colours so much. But she's just got that orange head with a sort of eyebrow sort of look. And then she's got these lovely and black stripes going down a yellow body. Okay, or the other way around, depends which way you look at it. And they've got this sort of strange looking orange belly that you can't see right now because she's in shed. Now these guys will cost you anywhere from £200 to £350, but they are worth every penny. They're easy to keep. A dry loose shifting substrate, a little bit of room to climb, a hide on each end, water bowl that you need to refill every day. These guys get up to about 6 foot sometimes, but they're normally smaller than that. They're easy to handle for the most part. You can sometimes get bitey examples. Just bear in mind though, guys, anything on this list can bite you. Anything with teeth can bite you. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's part of the fun of the hobby, really. I wouldn't worry too much about it. A bite from a snake is no big deal, even from a big boa. The scare is more really the lead up to the bite, I've always found. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. So I hope you've enjoyed this list, guys. If you prefer this style of video, please comment down below and let me know. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notifications bell if you haven't already. If you liked the video, make sure you like the damn video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.